Women's Conference was an inspiring and vibrant event, and I thank Uni Africa and all the affiliates, all the delegates, guests and observers for making it such a success. I think the video just shown gives you an indication of the creativity, colour and the issues that marked our conference, and I think there will be a slideshow behind me on the screen that will help us share some of our conference with all of you. The theme of our conference was Including You, Masakane. Masakane means we build each other, and Uni Women have their own form of Masakane. Last year, our mentoring programme was trialled in Europe, and it's now being rolled out in the other regions. So far, we have more than 160 women from 17 countries working together, building each other. Some young mentees are now standing for election to senior decision-making posts. In Hungary, mentoring has been used as an organising initiative, resulting in more than 100 new young women members. I would urge you all to look at the mentoring programme on our website, use the resources, and introduce a mentoring scheme in your unions. It is Masakane in action. And many thanks to Verdi for their support for this initiative. At the conference, we debated our strategic priorities, which are firmly aligned with those of Uni. We discussed women and health, and we're very privileged to hear some personal testimonies from some strong women. Health also featured in a number of solidarity issues raised during the conference and here at the Congress too. Ebola, where the world needs to step up, and the health and safety issues for hair and beauty in Europe, where the social dialogue has been trampled underfoot. Unfortunately, violence remains a key part of our work. We celebrated our campaigns and our success at the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women. With help from our US affiliates, we had over 150 volunteers at the UN. We lobbied and we succeeded. Unions got legitimate stakeholder rights to tackle discrimination, exploitation, and violence in the workplace. That means we can go into workplaces and demand to take the agenda on those issues. Violence also featured in a number of solidarity issues raised at our conference and raised here today as well. The bombings and violence in Kenya were mentioned by Brother Benson, and our sister from Nigeria has spoken about the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. Today, to celebrate the final day of the 16 days of activism, there is a march through Cape Town. It's the culmination of a widely promoted campaign against violence. We can't join the march because we're in Congress, but I hope Congress would agree to send a message of solidarity to the marchers. Thank you, Congress. We will organise that. As they say in Africa, and the interpreters might just want to repeat my words for you, Wathinta abafazi, wathinta imbokodo. You strike a woman, you strike a rock. Wathinta abafazi, wathinta imbokodo. Sisters and brothers, if I told you that a major company had covered its website with images and slogans saying end violence against women, you'd assume that I'd be very pleased about it. But I'm not. I'm very angry. And I expect you will be too, when I tell you that that company is involved in Rana Plaza and has not paid a single euro, not a single cent. The message from this Congress to Benetton must be clear. We must tell them Rana Plaza is violence against women. So we need an avalanche of tweets. Use the hashtag #PayUp. That's the hash symbol PAYUP, and tell Benetton that Rana Plaza is violence against women. let's drown them in tweets. The Women's Conference debated a motion called For an Equal Society, where we committed to deconstructing the sexism present in society, and we committed to building an equal society. For that, we need to build on some strong pillars. Pillars such as education, free, good quality, and available to all. Public services, including healthcare, free at the point of delivery, good quality, and available to all. Access to security and justice for everybody on equal terms. A social security safety net so everyone can live with dignity. And decent work, so working lives take place in a just and healthy environment, free from fear and intimidation, with workers getting a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. And speaking about a fair day's pay, we were angry, we were disgusted at the gender pay gap. Gender pay gap is an issue all over the world. No one is immune. As we heard yesterday, worldwide it's estimated at 23%. In South Africa, the gap remains at 34%. A third less money just because we're women. Guy Ryder of the ILO mentioned this in his speech on Sunday. He asked why. Why, after decades of legislation, are women still earning less than men? Well, why indeed? And it's because of blatant sexism, that's why. And who gets our money? Who gets the women's money? It's the shareholders and the men in the boardroom. Yesterday, you heard the women say, the women of the world need a pay rise. No more research. We will have an effective campaign, uni women and men, all over the world, campaigning with the ILO for equal pay, standing firm for equal pay. Do you stand firm for equal pay? Then let's stand for equal pay. Stand for equal pay. If you want equal pay, stand for equal pay. Amandla Masakane.